listings, in the area that she would like, the price range, all that good stuff. You input what you want and whatever, right?
Yeah.
She goes to open the listing, and it says no internet connection.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, so she goes to the next. Every listing that she opened up would give her no internet connection, yet she could go to any other website. I fucking shit you not.
That's just bullshit.
It does not want her to move at this point.
Well, you know what? Too bad. there.
Now that just, you can't make that shit up. Like that's like it blows my mind. It blows my mind.
Like Stephen King fucking movie shit there.
Yeah, like it would not allow her to go to an internet site that would allow her to show another potential house for her to buy.
Well, you know what? She can just go to do they still have a TV station?
Yeah.
Fuck, that TV station used to run houses for sale 24/7.
Yeah, but I mean, like, something in the house would not allow her to look at other houses.
Well, yeah, no. Well,
Jesus.
Hey, too bad, Mr. House.
Okay. So now, and here's an update, because I don't want to be that person. Are you okay? Is everything okay? Anything this week? How's things? Like, I don't want to do that all the time. Like, when she first told me, when she was kind of like in a shocky mode, I check on her and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I made the recommendations, like, maybe sea salt at the openings of the doors. Like, smudging, right? Sage, burn that off and stuff, But as we found out, though, too, like spirits, they won't necessarily go. They'll come back. Like if they gravitate away, they can come back, right? So.
Oh, yeah.
It's smudging isn't always. Yeah, that's right. So before I left on bereavement leave last week, I was talking to her. Hey, like about setting up the energy and stuff.
Right.
And she says to me, she said that last night, the previous night, I think it was like last week Wednesday, she was sitting at her computer at home and she was doing some work with her, with the mouse and all that good stuff. And just prior, she was scratching some tickets or scratch tickets or whatever, right? So she had like a little dime on her mouse pad, right? And then she's sitting there, and then like after she was scratching and stuff, and then all of a sudden the dime whipped off the desk and flew about 4 feet away behind her. And she's like, "What was that?" Right? It's like, did I do that? And I said, it's like almost like, "Oh, sweetie." Like, I don't know about you, but I'm not so forceful when I use my mouse. Like you're not going to make it sail that far and that fast just from sitting. Yeah, no. Right?
Yeah, no.
And then she said later that evening, she had made tea, but she had to go warm it up again. And her husband's out, and she's home alone with the dog. And she opens up the microwave. And just as she opens up the microwave, not slamming the door, because I said to her, maybe when you slam the door, it fell. She's like, yeah, no, I was just opening it up. She's got some pills for her dog sitting on top of the microwave. And when she opened up the microwave to put her cup in, the pill bottle flew off the top of the microwave again in that same direction over her shoulder about 3 or 4 feet onto the floor. It didn't just drop down.
Okay.
It flew.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's called Get the Fuck Out of My House.
It is called Get the Fuck Out of My House, yes.
Yes.
Yes. But get the fuck out of my house, but don't go and find another house that you like better than me.
Right.
Like, that's just insane.
Yeah. So that was the first-hand story from a girl, Kim, that I work with, and she didn't have time.
Hey, Kim.
Thank you so much for sharing your details, and God bless you. Like, you're going to have to move and change your name.
Yeah.
Change your identity.
I could not take it.
Oh my God.
I could take it.
Yeah, so that was super
I'm already
creepy.
anxiety-riddled. Never mind.
Super creepy.
Not being able to see what you're afraid of. Oh my God.
No kidding. And then I did mention, because with we have also airing tonight on this Halloween special, Creepy Halloween. We also have our sister podcast, which is the Prairie Spirit Paranormal Society. There we go.
Yeah.
That's a long one. They're airing their... Yeah. Because that's the sound that ghosts make when they want to get your attention. They go... Yeah. And as of this episode airing, I'm happy to declare I have no more dead human remains in my house, which is nice.
Yay, that's nice.
I'll be able to get through Halloween without any potential. I don't think there was. I didn't have that feel. But, I mean, just the same. It's a peace of mind. Yeah.
It's fun. It's time.
It was so time. Right? Yeah, overtime.
Yeah.
But they're airing their podcast tonight, and they're a little more serious version than us, and they're doing investigations, and they're doing, check out their episode if you like what we do, or if we don't, but if you think we're goofy, this one's more serious, and this airs tonight.
If you think we're goofy, I mean, come on.
We're fun, man. Todd, aka Sean 2. Remember how I said Sean 1, Sean 2 from the Sean Geek podcast? The brother's name is Todd. Hi, Todd. Anyway.
Todd, not Sean 2.
No, I had to find out. So he called us fucking hilarious, didn't he? Call us fucking hilarious?
He did call us fucking hilarious.
So I mean, we're a little more lighthearted when it comes to this creepy, spooky shit, but we are. I have to be, right? But yeah, and then Janet's crew, like I said, with the PSPS, the Prairie Spirit Paranormal Society, their debut episode debuts tonight, Halloween. Check it out, and it is called The Petersfield Poltergeist.
Yeah,
That'll be interesting. That one's creepy. So
it'll be interesting.
I hope you guys check that one out. And now, I guess for your listening pleasure, we have 3 other stories firsthand of haunted houses in Winnipeg for our episode, our Halloween episode, and also what do we call this? Our special? What do we call Get the Fuck Out of Our House? We call it installments, specials, I don't know.
Special's good.
Sure, we like, every now and then we like to, as we get more stories, we like to share with you folks, let you know, like, there is shit out there.
Collaboration.
We still have to finish doing the history on your house, Sher.
I know. Yeah.
Anyway.
I have
One
cats
day.
here now.
I know. You're juggling cats, you know.
Cats.
Not literally, but cats and kids. Oh my.
Cats, kids, and sleep.
Cats, kids, and painting. Oh my. Beautiful paintings, by the way. We should put some of your paintings on our page just to kind of, because it's just amazing what you're doing. Like, really beautiful.
Okay, but they're not really tricky though.
No, I know, but just your ability surpasses what I thought you could ever do. Like, you're just amazing. Like, you just surpass yourself continuously.
No.
This will be our next podcast called the Mutual Admiration Society. Or like I tell my kids, like, my kids, I love their banter. It's like, fuck, they're like just savage, like the way they go after it. But it's so hilarious. You can't sit back but laugh, right?
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I got to record you guys. You need your own podcast. And then I say to my girl, what would you call your podcast? And she goes, The Shit Show.
That's perfect. It would be hilarious.
It would, for sure.
It would be all about teenage craziness.
Yes. So, I guess, hey?
Sibling sucker punches.
I know. Just nasty. Ding, ding. But at this point, I guess we'll leave it here, and we'll let you listen to the next 3 creepy and terrifying stories of haunted houses here in Winnipeg for our part of Get the Fuck Out of My House.
Get the Fuck Out of My House Halloween special.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Thanks. So, this is Jas. This is Giving Up the Ghost. Sher is MIA for this round. We are with our favorite third wheel. We're with Jenn.
Hi.
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 So this is our part of our episode for our Halloween spooky episode that we're going to be releasing. You'll be listening to it as of now, Halloween, October 31st. With our collection of Get the Fuck Out of Our House, this is our second installment. Jenn has kindly decided to come out of the ghost closet and tell us shit that's been happening. She told me before, but I didn't really want to ask because, like, she knows what we do. So if she wanted to tell us, that's cool. And if she didn't, that's cool too. So do you just want to tell the story or do you want me to ask questions?
No, you ask questions or
okay.
I can ramble and shit, and I got a lot of
and I know the
shit
answers,
going on
but
in this house.
I know. So just for prosperity's sakes, or whatever they call it, how long have you lived in this house?
20 years now.
20 years, right?
20 years.
And you've done a lot of beautiful renos, I have to say.
Well, thank you.
Beautiful. Oh, there we go.
That's my dog.
That's
not
a
a ghost.
Jenn is also the co-host with Teresa for the podcast, the For Real podcast. So check that out too. If you love dogs and fosters and rescues and want to know more information, that's the place to go for these ladies to tell you all the nitty gritty and all the good stuff and what
and
it
the
means.
bad stuff.
And the bad stuff, but it is what it is. So that's why there's dogs here. Anyway.
Yeah.
But getting back to Jen's situation, so with her house, she contacted me a few months back and said that she'd been having some really, really horrible dreams and that stuff had been coming to visit her in the night and she didn't know what to do. Weren't you saying it was pinning you down in your bed or something?
I had one pinning me down in my bed where I couldn't move.
Right.
And I just laid there and I closed my eyes and thought of probably nothing and just waited.
Oh.
Yeah.
It felt like an eternity, I imagine.
Forever. And I cannot tell you how much time had passed, but it finally did go away, and then I, just rolled over and went back to sleep. But it was a horrible experience.
And you were saying, like, the dog wasn't moving, the dog wasn't getting up, nothing?
He didn't move, nothing, and he's, like, right beside me.
Right.
Would not, there was nothing bugging him.
Right.
I could not move.
And it's even
as hard as I tried.
And I just want to say, the odd thing to me, though, even if it was, say, just you mentally, like I'm not saying it was or wasn't, right? Because I'm an optimistic skeptic, especially I know I've seen and I've heard a lot of, we all have about the sleep paralysis kind of thing or whatever. The thing is, if you're in obvious distress and the dog is laying right beside you, you would think that the dog would motion and move towards you to kind of like keep you calm or try to comfort you or something.
He would. And Willie, he wasn't. No, nothing. He was snoring away. And that's not Willie. If I move, he moves. Either he moves away from me or he gets closer to me. If I move, he moves.
That's weird.
And he did not. I was like, what the hell is going on?
And you were saying overall, though, like, not necessarily that was the first time, but the fact being that your sleep disturbances were kind of off as a result, right? Like you said, your nightmares or something, or... Yeah.
They were just really weird, like, stuff that it was... I don't even know how to explain it.
Just leaves you with a really weird off feeling, right?
Yeah.
So then...
Disturbed, right.
To the point where, of course, you're not wanting to go to sleep.
Yeah.
If you're going to experience that night after night.
Yeah.
And then I had mentioned to Jenn that maybe either she could try saging the house or the bedroom and definitely put like sea salt around the bed as a protection barrier, which sometimes helps some people.
Yeah. I did sea salt around like my staircase because I have a second floor that's where my bedroom is. My entire second floor is my bedroom. And I did sea salt after speaking with you at my front door, my back door, and the bottom of my staircase and the top of my staircase. And honestly, some things, it got better.
Good. And even if it's just a peace of mind, hey, whatever, right? Like,
I don't know if it was like in my head, what have you, but...
Right. But in saying that segues to me asking Jenn a few more questions about her house that I've been a few times here. We are right here, right now. So
right now.
We cause no harm. We bring no fear. We want to leave as we enter in good peace and spirits.
Exactly. But you always check my my shower curtains.
So this was funny. Okay. So in saying that, I'd asked, Jenn, if anything happened before. And I was here, I think it was like in December. And Jenn had asked me, because sometimes I'm sensitive to things, she asked if I ever felt anything in her house.
This is after she's been to my house
I think
a couple of times.
You mentioned this to me, I think it was like April, May, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, and then you admit it.
And then I was kind of embarrassed because I don't know why, and I don't do this, just for the record, any of my friends, anybody have me over, I don't check showers. I don't really care, because I don't want you doing it in my house. But when I went to go use the washroom in the bathroom, for some reason,
I had to check behind the shower curtain. I just had this really weird feeling I had to look behind the shower curtain. So I came clean